And here we go. So before I even get into this, the lady on the left side of your screen is porn star, cleaning service owner, model, ex-video vixen, and MILF, Oluremi or Mimi Faust. The lovely lady on the right side of your screen is your girl Arian, who likes to eat the fish. Now, she has nothing to do with the story. However, I just wanted to use that particular photo for this video. So anyways, they both look lovely in the photo for the record. Anyways, here's what TMZ had to say about Stevie J allegedly not wanting his daughter Eva around Mimi and her girlfriend Chris, who looks like a dude. So TMZ writes, and I quote, Stevie J is tearing into his baby mama Mi Faust for coming out as a lesbian because he's not cool with their 6-year-old daughter being raised by 2 women. Stevie tells TMZ he doesn't condone Mimi's new relationship with girlfriend Chris, a girlfriend named Chris. Mimi came out on Monday night's episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. He says he doesn't want his little girl being raised in a lesbian household and thinks that's only a job for a dad and a mom. Even more shade. Stevie thinks Mimi only decided to be a lesbian for a good storyline on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. He's not threatening legal action yet and believes he'll convince Mimi to see things his way. End quote. So that's all TMZ wrote about it. They also posted a video, which I reblogged. It's on my blog as well, of Mimi and Chris together. So if you want to see what Chris looks like, you know, I couldn't find any pictures of Mimi and Chris. But then again, I didn't even visit Chris's Instagram or anything like that. So I don't really know what Mr. and Mrs. Chris has posted up there. And I'm not trying to shade Chris, you know, just because Chris is more man than me, you know, just because Chris has bigger nuts than I do. I'm not trying to shade Chris. You know, I know what they say. Everybody hates Chris, but I don't hate Chris. Okay. And I don't even care that Chris is licking the boom boom down of Mi Faust, because I would like to lick Mimi's boom boom too. So despite the fact that some say after watching the porno with Nico, you know, some people were saying that Mimi's vagina is so dry she could sharpen a pencil with her coochie. But I don't know about all that, but I would like to smash Mi Faust. That's all the fuck I know. But, you know, I'm kind of wondering whether or not Arian talked her into the whole lesbian thing because Arian really wants her. And I wouldn't be surprised if Arian has had Mimi behind the scenes. But that's none of my business. Now, as far as the whole Stevie J not wanting his daughter raised around 2 women's, I would have to say, hey, I support you in that fight, because it's unnatural. With, you know, 2 women don't have children together. They can't. It's impossible as of right now. So I don't think that it's healthy for a little girl to grow up in a house with 2 women raising her. I think that that's just odd, especially when one of the women is mimicking what she perceives as being the way that a man acts, the way that a man thinks and operates. It just doesn't make any sense. Now, if they were 2 women who both just looked and acted like women, it would make more sense to me. But the simple fact that you have this male impersonator who, you know, Chris, some chick who calls herself Chris to make herself seem more masculine, I just don't think that it's healthy for the psyche of this little girl. But that's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about. You know, a lot of people support transsexuals, or what do they call them? They call them trans testicles, you know, genital mutilators. That's what I call them, genital mutilators. Because if you chopped off your hot dog, you're more screwed up than you could ever imagine you are. But this is all my opinion. Maybe I just don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Maybe you need to correct me in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine. Ladies, would you ever bring your lesbian lover around your daughter? Would you raise your daughter with your lesbian lover? Guys, how would you react if your woman wanted to raise your child with her lesbian lover? And ladies, how would you react if your man brought his fruity boyfriend around your children and wanted to raise the child together in a gay male household? On the flip side, that's what I really want to hear about. How would you react to that? Meat Magazine.